Best Ecchi Comedy Anime. Shimonetta. A boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. The title tells you literally all you need to know. It is a show where dirty jokes aren't a thing, lewdness is banned, and thus it is all dirty jokes, all the time. The main character is reluctantly pulled into a girl's lewd rebellion and eventually just embraces it. Prison School. Prison School seems like your standard ecchi where the comedy is supposed to be the fan service. However, while it has moments where it takes things seriously, Prison School occasionally goes above and beyond itself when setting up jokes so that when they land in the best way. Yes, there is perversion, but it also has jokes. B gotta HK. In this subversive romantic comedy, they go to great lengths to say that girls can be horny and guys can be shy about physical relationships. While it actually is rather limited on fan service, and some would make the very valid argument that it's not ecchi at all, the whole show is about a girl trying to lose her virginity so she can sleep with 100 men, so panty and stocking with garter belt. While the art style means there isn't much interesting flesh to put on display, panty and stocking is just non-stop ecchi comedy. Every situation swings back to something incredibly lewd in the most hilarious ways. Super Hexeros. While it's not the first series to parody Super Sentai, it is the first one that turns horniness into a power source. The long and short of it is that aliens want to wipe out humanity by taking away humanity's sex drive, and a group of heroes fight them with powers given by having a high libido. Golden Boy. Golden Boy is one of those legendary anime series, you know. Gundam is legendary to the mecha genre, Golden Boy is legendary to the ecchi genre. It is definitely aged at this point, but the lewd comedy is still on point and it has that sort of older sort of humor that might be a touch over the line these days. Punch Line. There are actually pretty mixed opinions on Punch Line, but there is one thing everyone can agree on: how ridiculous it is. It seems caught between wanting to be a deeper action series with a ridiculous and lewd plot and wanting to be just a ridiculous comedy. However, if you aren't expecting a masterpiece, it's a pretty good piece. Interspecies Reviewers. This is one of the newer additions to the lewdest of ecchi anime, but a welcomed one. It got some headlines after being removed from Funimation for being too lewd, as if someone didn't read the synopsis before acquiring it. However, it has some great jokes for the presently oversaturated fantasy genre of anime. Keiho. You know, it is not even that Keiho is trying to be funny. It just knows how ridiculous it is being and allows itself to be funny by taking it seriously. It's a sports anime about trying to knock opponents down with your boobs and or butt while in swimwear. So it is one of those lewd but also so ridiculous it is funny ecchi shows. Seitakai Yakuindomo. This is another series that I would admittedly not call ecchi for its lack of bared flesh, but it is one of the most sexually driven school comedies this side of Prison School. It's less bouncy opie and more strange fetishes, but it is 100% laughs. My Girlfriend is a Showbitch. While the plot is definitely someone's wish fulfillment, this series about a popular girl inexperienced with love and eager to please her first boyfriend is non-stop dirty jokes. While you can definitely see the jiggle budget, it is actually otherwise pretty tame as ecchi goes. Why the hell are you here, Sensei? This one definitely borders on just being boobs funny, but like other series, the sheer amount of ridiculousness is much of the comedy since the main teacher ends up in such ridiculously lewd circumstances by pure accident. It is also one of those Ecchi series where if you watch the censored version, the screen is 3/4 blacked out half the time and it makes it hard to even know what is happening. Don't make that mistake, newcomer. My mental choice are completely interfering with my school romantic comedy. I went back and forth on this one. It's not really Ecchi so much as it is just harem, but many of the jokes are sexually charged. So while you may miss the flesh aside from that one swimsuit episode, it is one of the best comedies. It is certainly not highbrow, but it is random and ridiculous and the sheer premise makes it unpredictable. Monster Musume. This is a staple of the Ecchi genre, but unlike its peers who also do Ecchi well, Monster Musume also does comedy really well. I credit this to the monster girls themselves who allow for a number of more interesting situations than your standard lass. Bikini Warriors. Having a love of fantasy anime and video games, I can appreciate everything that Bikini Warriors is trying to parody. It takes female RPG armor to the extreme, but also makes our heroes pretty inept as well. It does, however, suffer from a low amount of effort put into it. It is, admittedly, an only okay show that squandered its potential.